Okay, good morning everyone. I have played a little bit with my camera, so it's raised a bit higher. Hopefully the sound is still okay. I can't wait till I get my little microphone. Oh, I've got a croaky voice this morning. Again, it's early in the morning. My partner works shift work, so he is up early and I just haven't been sleeping brilliantly, so I think I'll wake up before I even wake up anyway, so that's all fine. All of my children are still asleep in bed, which is always good. And I'm going to make a concerted effort to stay in front. See, this is my line. Stay in front of this line. So I'm going to try. I've had some lovely comments already about this little envelope folio. So hopefully today we might try and finish it off, and yeah, and see what we can do with it. I was thinking about the other day I made these. I don't think I put it in the video, but I made these on video. And I thought these are actually perfect little size for this little envelope folio. So I do have a few of these. I think I've made 5. I did. I don't know whether I'd use all 5 in here, but I thought that they'd be just perfect to put in here. The other thought I had was to fill it up with other little bits and pieces of, what's too big, of ephemera. So it can be filled up with tags and then sell it on Etsy. I don't know. We'll see. I'm still playing with it. Alright. Meanwhile, let us go. Everything's dry, which is always good of having a break halfway through the videos, is that everything will dry. So other than that, we'll just keep going. I might just do the other back side of this one and then decide on how I'm going to do these envelopey bits. Envelopey bits? You know what I mean. I've got my cup of tea. I don't know whether Neelix will turn up. He was around before. I fed him just before. It's only 6:30 on Saturday morning. I really need to be in bed, but anyway. The other opportunity is just to get up quietly without the children. And not that teenage boys get up early, but you know what I mean. Okay, let's try and do that so then I'm not in the way of myself. Okay. Oh dear. So I won't let my partner or the children or anyone watch the videos while I'm in the room because it's just too embarrassing. Anyway, but apparently they have been watching them, which is funny. But I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear my own voice. I don't mind watching it myself, but not with other people around. Maybe eventually. Oh, I can see Neelix is wandering around. He might get up on the table. And yes, quite a few people have noticed, asked, you know, Neelix is in Star Trek. So yes, Neelix is in Star Trek. It's in Star Trek Voyager, which is my fave. I want that. I want that bit. So yes, did I do 2? I did do 2. So he was that. The boys wanted to name him Potato, and we nearly went with it, and then we decided not to. So he's not Potato the cat, he's Neelix the cat. We call him something else too, but it's a swear word, so I won't say that. He ran away. He's an indoor cat. I keep the cats indoors because they, not only obviously they risk getting hit and things, but they cause a lot of damage to nature. And as much as I adore them, I don't want them causing damage. So I think it's important to keep the cats indoors. So he's an indoor cat, but he tried so hard because he was a stray that we got from the RSPCA. So we do try to keep him indoors, and he is mostly, but every now and then he sneaks out, and then a month or so ago he actually snuck out and was gone for 3 days. we were pretty much figured he wasn't coming back unless he was picked up and scanned, because he has a microchip. But oh, that's better. So yeah, so he came back quite skinny. It's amazing, 3 days, what a difference that makes. But he stayed very quiet and away from the doors for a little while, but he's just getting his courage up again. And although we try to be careful, the daycare children sometimes leave the back door open, and even we do, and he can open doors. We had to change all of our door handles upstairs because we had a lever handles, so he could just he would jump up and open them, and so he would let himself into bedrooms, or he would open them, let himself in, decide he'd not want to go in, leave them open, and then the other cat, who they don't get along, they fight constantly, but the other cat would go in and then do her business in whoever bedroom he'd let her into. So it was very frustrating. So anyway, we managed to find, my partner went to a second-hand building supply place, so they sell old bits and pieces, and managed to find enough door handles to go in the bedrooms. So there's 7 bedrooms upstairs, so he managed to find door handles. So the toilet ones still have their old door handles, but that's okay, it's fine. I feel like I need to continue these flowers. I have actually got some other stamps, but I feel like because I had the flowers on the other ones that I need to keep the theme happening. Anyway, so yeah, so even now though, he hangs around the door, he hears you coming, the front door, back door, and he's there like Flynn. It's like, ah, still trying to get out. The other cat, she doesn't go near the doors. She's quite timid, so she actually sort of hangs around upstairs mostly. Comes downstairs, she'll sit on my lap, or she's actually taken to sitting on my lap. It's taken a while, but she's taken to sitting on my lap downstairs, and which is good. But and every now and again she'll roam. Oh, hello. I gave you food. He either hasn't looked or didn't hear me go. Normally he runs, but he also knows he gets locked in the hallway down here so that Lulu can eat. Because if he... oh, I stuck it down. There we go. Because yeah, if you let him go, he would eat his and then scare her. Or go and stalk her. Ugh. They're hopeless. They do it to each other. When we first got her, so she was my partner's cat, or partner's ex's cat, but she just wasn't coping with the other cats at the other house. So it was yeah. So it was better that she come here at least to be with the boys. So, but she didn't. She doesn't play well with others, which is a bit of a shame, but that's the way that it is. She doesn't play well with others. There we go. There's some of my Trixie Belden text. And on top of that, we have a dog. She was a rescue as well. Then we have a lizard. And we have a turtle. And a yabby. So, the house is a bit of a menagerie, really. But it's all good. And then at the moment we're babysitting my ex-husband's dog, because he's gone to see his father. So that's, we have her as well. She's got a retriever. She's lovely, but it takes longer to feed the animals than it does to feed the children sometimes. Anyway, oops, I didn't ink that one. We have our federal election here in Australia today, so that will be interesting. Very much hoping for a change in government. We will see. That would be my TV watching tonight. I don't normally watch, like I'll sit and flick and I'm interested, but I don't normally sit in front of it. But today I think I will, because we're very much, well, I am, obviously. It depends, the government. Everyone's entitled and has their own thing. I've got any stickers. Ooh. Some of these look like. Pardon me. It's early in the morning. Get my cup of tea. Otherwise, I'm still in my pajamas because, you know, who wants to get up and wake up and get dressed on a Saturday morning if they don't have to. I'll make breakfast soon. I've got a birthday party to do, and then I'm actually going to go. We have this, I haven't been down there yet, but where I live in a, it's a city, small city, and next to Canberra in the ACT. So I live in a little place called Queanbeyan, so it's a small town. So it has a small town feel. It's a city. I think it's classified as a city, but it's next to Canberra, which is Australia's capital. But it's outside, so it's actually in New South Wales, a different state, all that sort of stuff. Anyway, we have a little bookshop, second-hand bookshop, run by one of the local charities, which I haven't visited yet, but they have cheap, like $1 second-hand books. I often go to the thrift stores, but there's not a lot left in the thrift stores, sometimes. But a lot of stuff gets picked up. We have a Lifeline book fair. That's where a lot of second-hand books go, and they're every a few times a year. So I'll be going to that. I think it's, I don't know, September I think is the next big one. Oh, there we go. So that's that side. So I've got some fabric. Get some of this. I do like this. If you watch the other video, this was my coffee dyed lace stuff. It's very solid though. It doesn't misshapen very well. When you want it to misshapen, it doesn't. Which is a bit funny. It's not too bad. So anyway, I'm going to go down and vote, and then go down to this bookshop, and then go to a 5th birthday party for one of the children in my family daycare, which would be lovely. And then come home, do some more crafting today, I think this afternoon. I might. And then this evening, sit down and watch the election, which should be exciting. We'll see, and fingers crossed we get a change of government. I might have to leave that to dry. Okay, so I have the two there, and that one's in the middle there. Cool. So this is where I have problems with my little one, was how to decorate these bits, these little, so I didn't want to impose too much. But this is easier because they're bigger. So maybe it would be just as easy just to put on. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. If I do. I think I've done better so far with staying in shot. So I have my camera, it's my proper Canon camera, up on a tripod on top of my table. It's quite funny. And then I have my softbox light next to my desk. I could probably do with the second light, but I don't know how much room I'd have to do anything. Not much room. So, oops, that's a bit crooked. Actually, I have some other thin lace. This cute little butterfly. Thanks for them too. Don't know. Let's have a look with. Okay. I have a ridiculous amount of ribbon and stuff, but anyway. But those little butterflies are cute. Three, maybe. Do have this thinner lace, although I did use that. That was the lace I used here to tie up. Maybe, we'll see. Okay, I've got to keep an eye on the time so that when it hits 29 minutes, I know to pause and start again. If I hit there. Because last time I didn't realise, but luckily it was literally, I think, I must have looked up just at the right time. It was only like seconds. I didn't miss anything, which is good. No. Can you have too much ink? Maybe. Probably. Oh. Okay, where is some more music? Oh, text music. One of these. I think I like it still staying straight. Not that it really has to. And get it the right, as close to, it doesn't have to be obviously exactly on it. There you go. So I woke up this morning to about another 30 subscribers to the YouTube, which was nice. I think that was mostly from the Foxy Crafters, Tracy Fox's Facebook page. What a wonderful supportive group these ladies are. Well, not ladies, not just all ladies actually. They may be, I'm not sure. These people are, I shouldn't say that. So the crafters and paper crafters and journalists and scrapbookers and everyone that's over there, so supportive, just lovely. So huge thank you and shout out to everyone over there. They just absolutely support each other, subscribe to channels and make wonderful comments, and it's just lovely. Actually, my own son, so my 17-year-old, one of my boys, he said he watched a bit of my video, which was in itself a bit embarrassing, but lovely at the same time. Anyway, he said he loved that everyone was saying nice comments. He was very impressed, and he just thought it was lovely that everyone was taking the time. That the handful of comments I've gotten, that they were all lovely comments. So he's happy, which is nice. Nice people being nice to his mum, I'm guessing. So he thought that was pretty good. I'll just put just a little bit of a not sure. Don't know. Let's start on this one over here and I'll have a think about it. It doesn't need a huge amount. I might have some washing actually, not washing. Here as I'm shuffling through my washi collection over here. It's a bit hideous, the amount that's over here, but it's fun. I need some more neutrally colours. I did order some, so hopefully they'll be coming soon. But I don't know, actually. A little bit. Yeah. So I picked my eldest son up from the airport. He went on the plane and everything by himself. He was 21, and we've flown plenty of times, but he's never actually, and he navigated himself at the airport even, which was lovely because his great uncle dropped him off and he went in and found himself, and apparently he had to change gates as well. He has very bad hearing in one ear, so I think he was worried about not being able to hear. Not being able to hear if anything happened, so it might work. So yeah, he was there, but it was awesome. He was a bit nervous, but you know, at 21 he should be able to do these things, so, which was good. He's sort of grown up before my eyes so quickly lately. As he starts into the realms of adulthood. Oops, I just tore this in half. That's alright. I'll put it back together. Okay. Can't even tell. There, just need a little something. I might just put a little bit of text here. Beautiful. So he already voted before he went to Adelaide because he wasn't quite sure what day he was coming back, so he's pretty cold. So that's alright, I don't have to get him up and take him to polling, which is good. I think he's pretty happy with that. Although I'm going to have to make them do all their chores. We've been a bit slack this week with everything going on. I haven't really got onto them about chores and jobs and things, so that might have to rehappen. Oh, that's okay. So then if I do this, that works well. And these are good, so you can put a photo or something on the back and then notes or decorate them more on the back. Oh. Pardon me. Okay. How are we going for time? 23 minutes. Alright, let's try this. Oh. Right. Try on this next one. Still doing it, I'm down to one, oh no, I'm down to one piece, but I've still got this little bit here. She worked well for the collage, this paper. It's quite thin. It's like old graph paper. It's quite thin, so it sticks well. But it's not really much use for much else because it's so thin. A sticky bit. So I'm hoping, anyway, when I go to the second-hand bookshop, I'll show you. If I get anything, I'll do a bit of a reveal. I've actually got some Edith Holden books coming. So, a little bit of, depends what, I'm not sure what it says on the copyright page. So that's the stuff around copyright and the worry about it. And some books are quite explicit, and others generally if you use a page or something, it's not too much to worry about. Licensed, obviously, you can't. And then there's, with Edith Holden, it complicates it more because her diary that we all love, the news, the botanical one, was published after her death, so it doesn't fall under the same copyright as 70 years from her death, because if it was 70 years from her death, she died in 1920, so it would actually be 1990. But her work that died, so her illustration work is probably out of copyright. I haven't investigated completely, so please don't take that by any means as definitive. But yeah, my guess would be, I did have a cool, I'll put a link actually, I'll put a link below. I was reading about it and I found in the UK, so obviously actually each country's copyright is different as well, so you need to be careful about that. So the US have sort of complicated things of if it was published before and after a certain year, and because as the copyright laws change, but they don't change of stuff that's already come under copyright, so it doesn't change copyright something, it just changes future. So that is complicated as well. Australia is quite similar to the UK, I think. But I found a really good flowchart which can give you a good starting point. So I'll put that below actually, because I thought that was quite good when you want to look at it basically and have just a little bit back there. I've got the one back there. So yeah, but always educate yourself. Ignorance is not a claim, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately, it shouldn't be. So you need to educate yourself on what is copyright. You can't just say, oh, I didn't know, or everyone else does it. So do it. But anyway, I have a copy of her diary, so that is definitely still in copyright. But I also found a picture book, so that would be interesting because that was published in her lifetime, so it may be out. We'll have to see if it's still in copyright. I just use it for myself, which is fine. Now I have this gap in the middle. I don't do that very well, do I? Some lace. Is that going to make it too? Oh no, it's on the outside. That won't make it too bulky. What I should do is to give some of this fabric to the boys and get them just to sit there and mangle, mangle, mangle. Oops, it's upside down, doesn't help. Okay. Maybe it's my little Roxy creations. I lost them. Oh, they're there. Ages. The red one. Oh, this one. No, wait. My stomach's growling. Obviously, it's not breakfast time. Breakfast. Oops, this is about to hit 29 minutes, so I'm going to press pause and I will start another one. It was at 29 minutes and 32 seconds and the battery was flashing red, so that was actually good timing. So I quickly went and grabbed the other battery, swapped them over, and oh, Nelix is down there. Yeah, there's a nice fresh battery too, which is good. Yep. A little bit just a little bit. there. With my tacky glue, I might have to go get some more. I'd forgotten I had this, and I've just been using what I had lying around, which I did. So I've had, well, I used good old PVA Aquity, but this is just a school glue. I don't know if you can see that. That's one I have been using, which is alright. But this tacky glue is quite good. There's so many different adhesives and glues. I know there's Fabri-Tac and I've thought about it, but I don't seem to have too much trouble with just normal, the tacky glue. It seems to work. I also use gel medium, or this Mod Podge, the paper one, because this is nice, because this actually is a lot duller. So sometimes when you use gel medium or other Mod Podge, it's very shiny and everything sticks to it, and even when it's dry and it's in your journal pages or whatever, you turn the page and everything's stuck to it. So yeah, that's good because it's not as shiny, so it works quite well. There we go. I keep thinking I should have done it before. There's my little bitty scissors. Should have just cut this up. There we go. That's the same as that one. Cool. Okay, so that's all of those pages. That one. So I just need to do this in here. I've done that, and do a little bit on this tag on the just back here. Oh, I'll put that upside down. I was working it upside down. It's stuck now. Well, if I do this, then it won't matter. Look at that. The text is upside down. That won't matter. All the text is upside down on the inside. See, look, I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. I wonder if anyone noticed it. Did you guys notice it? I didn't notice it. Let's peel this off. I'll probably get another one. The text doesn't matter so much because it is what it is. I'll put this sticker. The things you do. Oops. Oops. There we go. There's my sticks. There's that one. If I put another little sticker the right way up, right way up on here. See, when it works, then people know. They know which way it is. No one's the wiser. There you go. Cool. Easy. Mental note, pay attention of the way things are. I guess it doesn't really matter which way up it was, but I'd already put that up the top. I guess it could have been down the bottom. Could be down the bottom. Oh, that text is that way. Oh, maybe I will actually, looking at it. After peeling that sticker off. That stamp is upside down, but that's okay. Oh, that sticker's upside down. Oh, see, it just... I flipped it around that way instead of that way. Oh well, let's do it this way. I've worked out how to fix this one. Let's fix this one. And then it will be fine. Ah, dearie me. See, that's the problem with when you do it on video. Unless you want to go back and do it all over again. You just live with the faults. But we always do that, don't we? With our... I don't know about you. Oh, I can't get this off. But I always find that you make little bloopers, or you do something and then you realise that it's not going to work and you've stuck something down, or you're halfway through. And the beauty about junk journaling, as opposed to scrapbooking or traditional scrapbooking, is that there are no mistakes. I mean, there weren't really with scrapbooking, but it's sometimes harder to fix those mistakes. Whereas in junk journaling, it doesn't matter. Everything, an error is just an opportunity, or a mistake or a blooper is just an opportunity to create. Oh, I did it again, the same one. Is an opportunity to create something new and something different. And oh, that sticker's terrible. It's the same one that I ripped before. There we go. Yeah, sticky fingers. So yeah, just an opportunity to create something new and different. So there are no mistakes, just happy accidents. Or I think, oh, what movie was it? Meet the Robinsons. Do you remember that movie? It was a animated, I don't know if it was a Disney one or just a animated one. There's a line in it that I used to love, and it was, there's no mistakes, only, oh no, from mistakes you learn, or something like that. Or from losing you learn, from winning not so much. Something along those lines. It was a really good quote. So I quite often use that with my kids when they were growing up. But yeah. From mistakes you learn to do better. There we go. See, look, no one will ever know any better. It's all good. Everything works out in the end. Oops. Tearing my... I actually love this washi. I'm almost out. I can't remember where I got it from. There we go. Okay. So, now it's the right way round. Front cover. Got to do that middle one, that one. And the back there is all done too. Look at that, beautiful. How are we going now? We're on 8 minutes on this one. Well, let's just finish this one off, and then this little project will be done. And I may, depending on what happens, film another one. I'll see. Of my boys, well, they're still, not film my boy. Film another craft one after I've eaten breakfast, I think, while my boys are still in bed. Because they just get noisy. Although I guess it doesn't really matter if they're not noisy, but they're in the other room. Knowing them, they'd stand around the corner and stare at me and laugh. This is what they're not allowed to do. That's where I would get upset. But I don't think they'd laugh at me. Maybe. They're teenagers. Well, one of them's not anymore. Which is scary in itself. But there we go. So I like that this is, sometimes I don't, sometimes I just do different. So I try to stick to a theme, so the same papers and colours all the way through. So even though each page is different, it all ties in together. So I think it's worked alright. Ink before glue. That's my problem. I quite often put the glue on and then realise, oh, I haven't inked it. How have I gone with? The sun's starting, I don't know if you can see my hands. The sun's starting to peek through the bottom of the blind. Hopefully it's not too distracting. Oops. sorry, going silent as my brain is trying to catch up with what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to decide whether the next thing to do is to do all the unfinished. I've got quite a few little bitty things that are sitting around that I need to finish. So I thought they might be a good collection of videos of doing the finishing off those projects, you know, binding that journal and finishing the pockets that I did, bits and pieces, or whether I just get stuck into this journal. I've got this awesome binder, but it has these pages, so I thought making pockets in these so I can store the cards and things, and the fold over bit protects them, and then I could have the name of who it is on the front. I think that's what I want to do with it, but I thought that would work really well. So that is that plan of what to do next. So maybe I'll do that, because that would be an ongoing thing, because I won't decorate all of the pocket things at once, because that would just take too long. But alright, should just done that bit earlier. Right there, put something. Text. I love reading as I've been looking at the Trixie Garden. I saw they swell. It was so wholesome. Trixie Garden. Oh, I don't know if you saw him wandering across. Hello, Neelix. Meow. Come and say hello. No, I'm just gonna wander around, he says. He's doing the lap. Here he comes. I swear, I look at junk journal videos and there are so many cats that form part of them. We all get to know the wonderful little putty cats. I'm going to put a little bit of this one. So yeah, but again, he's funny. He's just got to, I think he's realised the sun's coming up, so his little perch is going to have sun on it in a minute. And of course I'm in here and got to be where the people are. He doesn't like to be on, he's not, I think I mentioned it before, he's not a lap cat. He won't come sit on your lap or anything, but he does like to be around where you are. And it's like he's scared of missing out on something. I can't miss out. I didn't put dye in it. Not that really matters. A little bit of doily, maybe? That works well. Ah, his fingers get so gluey. Glue and covered in ink. And then of course from work I get covered in paint. By the end of the day, I just look... I don't know what. Paint and slime. There we go. Yeah, paint and slime and goop and everything else. There we go, 15 minutes. Okay, so the front cover, the middle, that one turned around. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful, and room for 6 cards. Then the closure. Oh, what I could do I know what I could do. I might put a bit more decoration on that, but good old eyelets. Okay, let's put a bit more on this, and then yes, sorry, went silent there. My brain just went, oh, I had an idea. Quick, let's finish this, and then forgot to talk. Okay. It's a bit hard to watch a bit of a chatty video, so do this one. Because the other one, the little one, I just glued the ribbon, the lace on. Like it's just glued on. It's just a run of the school glue, I think, because this was me testing and playing around with it. But this one, I think I might pop an eyelet. I've got an eyelet there. Then to run a ribbon through that, and that would work. That is cool. See, I like the lines. I don't necessarily want to put stuff over them. I don't know. Maybe this is where you want. I watch Gail, and she often talks, what do you think I should do? And then says, oh, of course, no one will listen. It's funny, isn't it? You sort of want that, as much as it's nice to just sit here and chat and do it. It's, yeah, sometimes having that instant response was nice. Maybe another little label up here. Little one. One square one. No, I like that big one. So yes, sometimes it's like, oh, should I do this? Can I have a response? No. Okay. It's sort of asking and then putting it down. There we go. I might leave the lines there because that's quite cool. Okay, so my idea was, hopefully this will work. Otherwise, I'll drop it up. My partner, I'm very happy when I got this because I used to use the hammer and like the manual one. And of course, it's very loud. And because I share a room with all the kids down here and the adults, and so there we go. That will work. And then, just because I like this one, it's nice and fine. How are we going? Oh, 20 minutes. Oh, this one might be almost an hour by the time I pop it all together. See? There. Yeah, that works. And you could even tie it to that if you wanted to. That's really cool. Okay. Alright, where are my journaling cards? So I need 3. The blue one. 1, 2, no, this white one. 1, 2, 3. How cool is that? And that worked. Okay, move some of this rubbish. Yes. So, I'll zoom in a little bit. There we go. Like that. That blue one. Open it up, little cards there. Little spaces to write who it's to and from and things like that. And on this side, same thing. Another little card in there. It'd be quite cool actually as a birthday. You can pop a little voucher in one, a little note in the other. I like it. I do like the way that sort of, oops, that's the wrong way. Well, you could do it anyway, couldn't you? Because yeah, that would actually still, you could close it up that way too if you wanted to. But I just like the concertina. There's the other option. This is to tie it or to do it. Put another eyelet in there. Or even another one there. Just tie it through that. It worked. I like to just, sorry, I think I just do it. There we go, just do it that way. Cool. So cool. Another little envelope folio project. That's a little baby that I played with to start off with. Awesome. They make quite a good little pair. There we go. Fantastic. Alright, well thank you for joining me on this early Saturday morning. I hope that was enjoyable, and hopefully when I look at this it's not too quiet from it being high up, and it's all worked. Until next time, bye!